And with that, I'd now like to draw the House to the motion that stands before us, which is this House regrets the success of its friends. And to open the case for the proposition, I now look to Ava Vidal. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everybody. I would like to say I have forgotten my notes, so what you're going to hear now is from my cold heart. I do agree with the motion. I would say that I do regret the success of my friends. And I know that's not a very kind thing to admit out loud. I know you're not supposed to say it out loud, but I do. And I think it's because I'm essentially a bitter person. I am. I'm bitter, and I'm upset. Basically, when I see other people being successful, what it tells me is that I just didn't do well enough, as well as I should have done. Basically, I did have potential when I was younger. I know you wouldn't see that when you look at me now, but when I was younger, there was a lot of promise for me. People thought that I would go on, I would go to, Oxbridge or something like that. I didn't, and I think it's because I started well. I started well. It's quite interesting where I've ended up now, because what I did was I went into comedy, and in retrospect, that was a mistake. There's not a lot of money in it, and I didn't know that. And also, on top of that, I kind of got a double whammy, because I've kind of seen as an ethical comedian, a moral comedian, and that certainly does not pay. So what I've been doing in the last couple of years, I'm trying to reverse my reputation and trying to do other things, but I'm stuck, really, because I'm seen, I don't know how, as quite a nice, decent person. And I'm trying to undo that. So what I've been trying to do now is trying to do maybe some more corporate gigs. I was trying to show, well, I am, honestly. I realised that I was trying to prove to me I'm not that moral, I'm not that good a person, by taking a gig at Rothschild's, which I did. I did do a gig there, and I would like to say, I know there's a lot of rumours about them, and everyone's like, oh my God, they're running the world. I've been there, they're not. Seriously, they're really not. And I think politically as well, because I'm seen as quite a left-leaning comedian, and people, that comes along with morals as well. I think I don't have a choice but to be a left-wing comedian, basically, because look at me, who could I vote for in this country apart from Labour? You know what I mean? Everyone's like, oh my God, you must be a really nice person because we see you supporting Jeremy Corbyn. Jeremy Corbyn's a nice person, I'm not. I do support him because, like I said, I don't really have any choice. I look around this country, I'm a black woman, who am I supposed to support if I don't support Labour? I do shows for them and everything. I said this once and this guy started booing me. He was like, boo! I went, what are you booing for? He went, Labour, boo, boo, boo. I was like, mate, who else am I supposed to gig for? Am I supposed to go and do shows for UKIP and as an encore deport myself? I can't do that. And the other thing, I think also the other thing that makes me sort of regret the success of others, because I have school friends that made better choices in life than I did, and I look at them now and they're all secure and settled and stuff, and they've got decent jobs and all of that, and I wish, I look at them and I hate them. I hate them inside. I do. I did start off promisingly, as I said. I had a lovely education. I went to public school, which is interesting because of the way I speak politically. A lot of people don't know that, and I was actually outed on Twitter for going to public school. It was a humiliating day, and a woman had said, "Oh my God!" She found out and she tried to expose me and she tried to embarrass me. And I said, why? And she goes, well, I listen to you and I look at you and I don't see public school. And I found that really offensive and hurtful, because I'm like, if you look at me and you don't see public school, essentially what you're saying is you think that this level of arrogance, lack of respect and delusion really comes naturally. And it doesn't. It doesn't. We paid for it. I think a lot of people, right, and it's seen as bad to hate your friend's success and stuff like that. I think it's because of the way that we're raised, you know. When you go to schools and stuff and that you have to pray and you listen to scriptures from the Bible or the Quran or the Torah or whatever, all of it nonsense, all of it. It will encourage you to be kind to people. It will tell you, if you do, you know, these holy books tell you, if you go out there, if you are nice to other people, if you sit there and you cheer them on, you will get success yourself. It doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. You people are young, and the reason I'm telling you guys this is because I don't want you to make the mistakes that I made. I don't want you to leave this place and go out in the world and attempt to be decent people, because it doesn't pay. It really doesn't pay at all. Do you know, all that's going to happen is that people are going to take advantage of you, and I don't want to see that. I mean, you know, I really feel like everything in my life has gone wrong. You know, no, seriously, you know, sometimes I look at my kids, I've got two older kids now, I look at them and I think, why? And I do, seriously, you know, all those years of hard work that you put into these people, and they're just so rude and ungrateful. And I just think, was it worth it? And this is what everybody's like, you know, so I've got another one now. Because that did shock people. People were like, why on earth would you have another child? You're not exactly maternal. And no, I'm not. But I thought, hey, I'll go for another one. I might like this one. I don't, sorry. Too late. It's all right. She doesn't mind. She doesn't mind at all. I actually brought her on stage in the hope that really, because I take her on stage, it's actually the easiest way to get her to sleep. I actually did a TED talk and I thought, what is that? I thought, did I bring a Peppa Pig book on or something? I looked down, it was actually her snoring, telling me exactly what she thinks. See, this is the level of my success. Even my children are not interested in anything that I have to say. They don't care. Before I leave, did you think 2 minutes more? Oh, gosh. And you know, 2 minutes, like I used to say to my ex, that's not a long time. It is. It is. Nothing. What I would like to leave you guys with, seriously, I had written a speech. I had. You see, that's the luck that I have in life. I had written a speech and stuff. I've got nothing. This is not even a speech. This is just a bitter rant. So I would say, look, listen, don't feel bad about yourselves. I find, right, when you do begrudge other people's success, it could be the most important thing to turning into your own success. Do you know, jealousy and envy are things that can get people going. You must have seen this, do you know what I mean? Like when you're younger and stuff, or you guys are young, I'm sure that some of you guys are in here and there's a guy or a girl you like and then they like somebody else. Don't feel bad, get in between them, ruin that relationship, stop it. Stop it from happening. Honestly, because nobody thanks the nice guys, do they? They don't thank the nice people at all. Everybody knows that. Nice guys finish last, so remember that. I feel this has been quite negative, so we do have a general election coming, so before I leave, I know what I've said, but vote Labour, seriously. Don't listen to anything about seriously. Vote Labour, honestly. That's the only thing I ask you to be selfless in. I mean, there's selfish and there's conservative. That's too much. That's too much. Vote Labour. Thank you.